7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hello, and welcome to Depraved Indifference to Intelligent Life, my weekly little vlog thing that I do here. And today I'd like to talk to you about story investment. Now, what I mean by that is something that I know I do a lot of personally. When I watch movies or television shows or anime, when I read books, uh, I get invested in the story. I get invested in the characters that I'm watching, in the narrative that's being laid out. I buy in to it. I'm kind of a perfect mark in that regards, where I will buy into whatever it is I happen to be watching or reading. Uh, I'll get myself invested in it to the point that the little tricks of the trade that the filmmakers put in the movies and the TV shows, or that the authors put into the books, that's designed to make me to evoke emotion in me. When you've got uh, the scene where the tearful scene in movies where the someone has sacrificed themselves for another person and they're dying, and the hero is there and he's all upset over it, that sort of thing. I get invested to the point where I'm sitting there tearing up as it's happening. Or if there's a very strong, sad scene, or where somebody's getting angry in a book when their loved ones have been attacked and they're getting righteous anger at the bad guy for doing it. I mean, it sends chills down my spine and whatnot. When there's creepiness and horror uh, in a show, I will get wrapped up and be in it. So when the jump scare happens, as it usually does, I tend to jump. I tend to be scared and get myself all creeped out and whatnot. Uh, I get invested in the story, and it's one of the things that has led me to my love of storytelling, my love of character character development and characters in general and the stories behind them. I, I love that sort of thing entirely. And I don't know if everybody gets involved because I have watched, for example, with horror games on on the PC or on the Xbox or the PlayStation. I've played some horror games in the past. There's a lot of horror games, especially these days, that are great at building atmosphere. And I've seen some people play horror games and not be affected. They'll be like, a jump scare will happen, and they'll just laugh it off. Jim Sterling is one of those where he tends to laugh off every jump scare that's there. Um, and yeah, if I know a jump scare is going to happen in a video game, I can be prepared for it. But if I don't know it's going to happen, and if the game is doing a good job at building that creepy atmosphere and heightening that tension where I'm all hunched over and just, kind of cautiously creeping forward into the game, and the jump scare happens, I'll jump and I'll be scared and it'll throw me completely off my game. My heart will be pounding, and because I buy in, because I buy into it, and it does make me the perfect mark. It's do the same with horror movies. I'll get watching a horror movie and the music cue will start that slow build up toward the crescendo when I know something's going to happen, and I'll be like anticipating it, and they'll draw it out, and I'll be like, oh, it's going to happen, and I'm going to jump. And I'll be like, I'm not going to jump. I'm going to be prepared for it. It happens. I jump. Of course, it always does. Do any of you do that sort of thing? I'd like to know because I know some of the people out there that I've seen, as I said, playing video games and whatnot, they don't seem to get as invested. And I'll be talking about books or whatnot with some of my friends, and they don't seem to buy into books as much as I do. They tend to look at them a little bit more critically, perhaps. I don't know. It's one of these things that I've never actually brought up. So I'm kind of interested. Do you get invested in your stories, in the shows that you watch, the books that you read, the games that you play? Do you get invested in it to the point where it can tug on those heartstrings and evoke those emotions that are supposed to be evoked? Please throw those comments in the comment section. Let me know about it. But that's going to be it for this episode of Depraved Indifference to Intelligent Life. Thank you all so much for watching. As I said, throw those comments in the comment section. Hit the like button if you like what I'm doing. Hit the subscribe button. Ring the notification bell to be kept apprised of when I do more videos. Usually try and get 1 or 2 out a week if possible. As I've mentioned before in the past, I'm trying to do a routine of 5 videos a week. Sometimes I can keep to that. Sometimes life gets in the way and I can't, as in last week, because I did a live stream episode for 2 hours and had some heavy edits on that because the video and audio got out of sync. And I did a binge watch of The Defenders, which ate up a good 8 to 10 hours of my day just watching and recording those bits. And then I had to edit everything together the next day. So it ate up a lot of my time. And I was only able to get 2 videos out that week. But I'll always try and get at least 1 video out a week, if not a couple more. My aim is to get 5 out a week, but sometimes I can't make that. But let me know in the comments and whatnot if you do get invested and to what level you get invested. I want to get a discussion going about this. So please do all that, and you all take care, and I'll see you next time.